Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Zain, and on this channel I react to videos that interest me. So if that sounds like your thing, please subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up because I already know you're going to enjoy it. So this video I'm about to show you is a video of bullying in a secondary school here in Nigeria, Lead British International School, whatever the name is. I'm just going to show you the video. Unlike many of my other videos, I've already watched this one, but I'd like to watch it with you guys here so I can react to it properly and of course share it with you guys. So let's go.
That is the viral video which surfaced online where a student in the British International School Abuja was being bullied by her fellow students.
So as you can see, this is the video of one secondary school student hitting another secondary school student continuously. That's basically what the video is. And then there's another video of, let me just show you this. So you can see in this video, there is a picture of that same school, two students beating one of the other students, probably seniors beating juniors. That's the way the bullying works. And on the other side, this is the video of the girl I just showed you getting beaten by the girl who was hitting her. So the thing is, I think at this point it has become a usual, regular, normal thing in secondary schools. I remember when I was in boarding school, it was supposed to be something that was expected. And in fact, sometimes when you would get bullied either by your seniors or by your mates, and you go and report as you're supposed to, the people you report to, i.e. staff members, etc., would tell you sometimes, especially when, anyway, let's not go into why, but they will tell you sometimes that, oh, it's okay, when you become a senior you will do the same thing, so it's okay, it will soon be your turn, wait for your turn, right? And we're not even going to go into the toxicity of that kind of response, or the fact that you are allowing injustice to continue. But my own message right now is to, because here's the thing, that bullying is such that it affects students, it affects children in such a deep way that we don't even know how, like at this point I still don't know how people get over bullying. And it's safe to say at this point that it's not easy to get over bullying. Lots of people never get over it. And we hear stories from time to time in America of people who go into secondary schools and just shoot people because they got bullied so many times that they just lost it, right? So that's what bullying does. And I know some people can come now and say, oh, bullying is one of those things, when you go to school and you get bullied, it will teach you resilience, it will teach you human interactions, it will teach you how to handle adversity, blah blah blah. My own question is, your great-grandfather did not go to school and experience that kind of bullying, and yet he turned out okay. So why do you think you have to experience bullying for you to turn out okay? Why do you think your children have to experience bullying for them to turn out okay in life? Your great-grandmother did not go to secondary school in that way and experience that kind of bullying, okay? And it is just not normal, and it is not psychologically safe for children to be experiencing that kind of bullying, especially at that kind of age, at a time when they are still developing, at such an impressionable age, a critical developmental stage of their lives. They should not be experiencing that kind of bullying. I've been away from secondary school. I finished secondary school for over 10 years now, and I still remember many of the situations when I got bullied. And many of my mates with whom we graduated secondary school together over 10 years ago sometimes still talk about the times where they got bullied by seniors, by their mates. So how come they haven't forgotten? And I'm sure, you know, from that time up to this point, there have been many other cases of disappointment, of pain, of, you know, just unexpected kinds of events that are not happy, let's just put it that way. But why is it that of all those events they still talk about the bullying incidents? Why? And one of the most dangerous things about bullying is the fact that at some point it's not just the hitting and the maltreatments of fellow students by other students. It's the fact that at some point it is made to seem okay, so you begin to believe that it's okay for you to get treated that way. And so when you grow up and you go into the outer world as an adult, when people mistreat you, when a partner mistreats you, when your boss mistreats you, when your co-workers mistreat you, etc., etc., you would think in your head that it's okay for you to be treated that way. Of course, that's in the psyche of the person who used to get bullied. We're not even going to go into the psyche of the person who used to bully, because there are two sides to this: the bully and the person who got bullied. We're not even going to go into that. Obviously, the person who used to bully, you could say, oh, he was a child. Oh, and that's what many people say. Oh, they were children. Oh, they were experiencing a lot of pain at home. Oh, they were just going through a lot of stuff and they took it out on their fellow students because that was how they could handle it. Blah blah blah. Well, we're not talking about the psychological pain and the effects of, the psychological pain they are causing on their fellow students because they are experiencing stuff at home, as if they're the only ones experiencing stuff at home. And we're not talking about the psychological effects of their bullying, their actions on their fellow students, and what that can cause in future, right? And many times, many children who start getting bullied in school, even though they were gentle, just easygoing children, go home and become bullies to their younger ones at home. Or somehow they learn certain bad habits because they have to learn to handle the students who try to bully them in school, whether by hitting back, by becoming aggressive, so they become the offender in the first place. They get offensive in the first place. They don't wait to get attacked. They attack first because somehow in their psyche they already expect that they're going to be attacked, and that kind of follows them throughout their lives if they're not careful. Or sometimes people develop their verbal assault skills, especially girls, and they become verbally abusive, and that kind of follows them throughout their lives if they're not careful. I remember that at some point I personally used to, I could be very verbally abusive at some point, and whenever I imagined that a little bit of, just discomfort was coming my way from somebody, I would just go at them and I would just have the most amazing, like, missile darts to throw at people. That was my defense, and I was that way because I had to learn that skill in secondary school against the people who would bully me, especially the mates who would bully me, right, for different reasons. And you could get bullied for anything. You're too short, you're too dark, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too, the teachers like you got high marks on the test, you always pass all your tests and your exams, you always answer questions in class, for any reason you can get bullied. So it's not even, in this case I heard that, I did not watch or I did not, seek out the details of the video or the bullying case, and I really do not care. But in this case I heard that this girl was getting hit by the other girl and they were fighting over a boyfriend. Somebody's boyfriend was involved. I'm not even, like, I really do not care. So you could get bullied for any reason. In a boarding school, I went to a boarding school, a military boarding school. You could get bullied for any reason. Somebody could just be walking by, see you and say, come here. Why is your face like that? Why is squeezing your face? And you're like, I'm not squeezing my face. And they'll be like, you are being rude. See the way you're answering, kneel down there. That's how it starts. That is how it starts. I kid you not, right? And those of you who have experienced, boarding school bullying, you know that it's a special brand of bullying. It's a special brand compared to day school bullying. Obviously this is a day school. I think this is a day school, or maybe it has a day component and a boarding component, because if it wasn't a day school, the parents probably would not find out that fast. But then I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you're in day school, there's a brand of bullying, but if you're in boarding school, there's a special brand of bullying reserved for boarders. Okay, I'll just say this: if your children, first of all, I don't know what you are doing if you still think you're taking your child to boarding school is the best decision in this day and age. I really don't know what you're thinking. But okay, to each his own. I'm not going to tell you to raise your children, whatever. But if your child's in boarding school and you don't know what's going on with them because they only come out during the holidays and somehow you guys never talk about bullying, please find out. Your child is either getting bullied, or is either bullying somebody. If your child is none of the above, then you are one of the lucky few, and your child is one of the lucky few. But find out, just find out and handle it. Because your child does not have to experience bullying. Bullying is not something that is going to develop your character. It will just traumatize you for the rest of your life. It won't develop any character. Please, okay? Please, it will not develop any character. Don't let people trick you. You are just torturing your child for nothing. This is one of the reasons why I am against, the schooling structure as it is. One of those reasons. I really do not see why children have to torture themselves or have to get tortured by being sent to school that they don't even enjoy. They don't even learn the things they're supposed to learn. They don't learn things that interest them, and they are forced to learn just in ways that just do not work for many of them and work for just a select few, the lucky few. I'm not going to just even go into that, but one of those things that bothers me about the schooling system as it is bullying. And the fact that people talk about bullying as if it's something that has to happen, it's something that we need to expect, it's something that is going to develop character, it's going to develop a child and make them grow and become strong. No, bullying does not have to happen. It traumatizes children. It traumatizes children. It traumatizes children. I don't know how long I've been ranting, but I hope I've ranted, long enough, sufficiently enough for anyone who thinks, they are going to send their child to school and it's okay if they get bullied and, it will just develop their character. You are traumatizing your children. The people who are bullying your children are traumatizing your children and you don't even know it. And I don't think they're going to thank you for it. They won't. They won't. I watched a YouTube video recently before this whole just this whole thing came out, about somebody, a lady on YouTube, who was talking about the incidents when she got, the times in secondary school when she got bullied. And she graduated just in 2018. And she's talking about all the times when she got bullied in school just because a senior wanted to talk to her classmates. He was chiking her, like toasting her, like moving to her. Let's just put it that way. And she was sitting on a seat that was close to that girl. Now, instead of the seniors to ask the girl to go outside, they can talk, if it's even allowed in school, or to find some other way not to inconvenience somebody, he would tell her to get up. Wherever he finds her, he will tell her to get up and go find some other space. That is a form of bullying. Always picking on her all the time. Going to, punishing her in the dining hall, punishing her in class, punishing her during night prep everywhere, just because he wants to move to her classmate or her seatmate or whoever, right? It's one of those ridiculous things, and I do not see why people have to experience stuff like that. So if you are still thinking you want to send your child to, first of all, you want to send your child to school, you're on your own. But if you want to send your child to a boarding school, you are super on your own. On your own, okay? On your own. But anyway, I'm just glad that the government, first of all, I'm glad that somebody took a video of that and somehow made sure it got to the parents. Because many times, there are many things that happen in schools, politically incorrect things that happen in schools, especially boarding schools, but in schools generally, secondary schools, that nobody knows about, even the parents do not know about. And normally I'm the kind of person who says whenever anything is going on and that thing is wrong or that thing is just not good, people should not, your first response should not be that you bring out your phone and start vlogging or recording it. Your first response should be to try to fix the situation. And I heard that when this girl was slapping this girl, that there was a boy in the corner who was laughing. Whatever, I don't care. But it's just, his response is similar to the person who brought out the phone and started recording. But in this case, I'm happy because at least everybody was able to see a sample, just a tiny teeny sample of what goes on in some of these secondary schools. And especially the super expensive ones. The more expensive your secondary school is, the more the worse the politically incorrect things that happen there are, as you guys know. And don't think that, like I've said already, like maybe a million times on this video, don't think bullying is just one of those things, okay? Bullying can kill. We've heard of students who have been bullied to death. There was one that happened like 2 years ago. I don't remember the boy's name. It was in one of those private, expensive secondary schools as well. And, they bullied him and he died due to the effect of, what they did to him. So it happens, okay? It happens. I remember one of the most traumatizing things that I saw when I first entered secondary school in my first year. The seniors were beating this. She was also my senior, right? I think she was in the second year or third year, just 3 or just 2. And the SS3s, that's the most seniors, were beating her. Like 2 or 3 of them kept beating her continuously, that her face got swollen, like one of her eye swelled up so much it got shot. And they battered her. And I like, up to this point, I can still see that picture in my head. Obviously, it was traumatizing to her, though. But it was traumatizing to me, who was having to watch that kind of scene and it was normal to everybody. And she couldn't fight back because they were her seniors. She didn't say anything. She was just taking the beating like that in the hostel. And then after they beat her, she left and she went to the staff quarters to maybe report to the house mistress. I don't know how they handled it, but at the end of the day, no matter how they punished those seniors, it could not have been sufficient. And she had already experienced what she experienced, and I had already experienced what I experienced by just seeing that. I'm not even talking about the times where I got mine, right? Just seeing that was traumatizing to me. It was traumatizing to me, and that is a regular thing in secondary schools. It's a regular thing. And you know, again, one of the most dangerous effects of things like that is that it gets buried in your psyche that it's okay for somebody to be treated like that. It's okay for you to be treated like that. If you're the one getting bullied, it's okay for you to be treated like that. And it is not okay. It is not okay, because that kind of mentality then follows you throughout your life, throughout adulthood, and you accept, you know, first of all, your self-esteem. By the time you go through that a constant barrage of that kind of indoctrination for 6 years or 5 years before you become the super senior, that kind of mentality just sticks with you, so that your self-esteem gets in the gutter, and throughout your life you just accept bad treatment. You just accept poor treatment from people, and you do not do anything about it. You don't even think, like, it never occurs to you to do anything about it, because you believe it's okay for you to be treated that way. It is not okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. Okay, left to me, I would just. But anyway, I'm glad the school got shut down. I heard that the student who was that's the girl. I don't even know what happened with this ones, but that's a regular occurrence as well. But the girl who was hitting this girl because of a boyfriend or whatever, I heard she got expelled. I don't think she should have got expelled, because if she got expelled, she already has a problem. If she got expelled, she would get accepted in another school. Okay, she got accepted in another school, and she would go and bully those other children there, or she would treat, even if they don't bully in that other school, which it's probably a lie, they bully in that other school. She would go and bully other children in that other school as well. And she would just teach other children that kind of bad bullying behavior. She should not have gotten expelled. She should have been taught a lesson. I don't know how. Thank God I'm not the school authority. She should have been taught a lesson. Let the school authority figure out how to teach her a lesson. That's their problem, thankfully. But she should not have been expelled. But anyway, I'm glad that, you know, this just came out. I'm so glad. I don't know if you can tell from the tone of my voice, or if you can tell from the amount of ranting I've done on this video, but yeah, I hope somebody has at least benefited from this my rant. I hope somebody who is considering the fact that their child who is getting bullied is going to develop, you know, get character development, or is going, please stop it. Stop saying stuff like that. Stop it. And stop telling people who are homeschooling their children that their children are going to lack some sort of social development skills or some other. That's rubbish. That's complete rubbish. I'll go back to your great-grandfather. Your great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, my great-grandmother did not go to school, and I think they were fine socially. Okay? They did not go to school. They didn't get bullied in that way in school, and I think they got fine. They got by pretty well. Okay? I think if you don't go to school, or if you don't experience that kind of bullying and you don't bully other people, I think you will be just fine in life. I think hopefully this incident will bring more attention, call more attention to the incident of bullying in schools. I know it's not only in Nigeria, but particularly in Nigeria, and so that we do not get to the point where children start bringing guns to school to shoot their classmates or shoot their seniors because they got bullied one too many times. Anyway, thank you guys for watching till this point. If you have anything to add to my rants, please add it in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Ciao.